Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin, right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching for the first time, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Shooting Up North, Instagram at Alliance PW Network, and feel free to join our Facebook group, the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Again, this is Shooting Up North. I'm Lewis Carlin. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it. Impact Wrestling. So, Hiroshi Tanahashi has offered to face Mike Bailey next Friday. This is huge news, as we know, as I reported on 2 days ago. Will Ospreay out with a shoulder injury, might not be able to make it to Multiverse United. I mentioned they need to come up with a solid replacement for him. Hiroshi Tanahashi was one of the names that I mentioned. That would be an absolutely fantastic replacement. So Hiroshi Tanahashi has offered to replace the injured Will Ospreay. Now this is not confirmed. It's not confirmed. Nothing's confirmed yet. I know a lot. There are a number of websites out there that are saying it's confirmed. It's a done deal. It's not confirmed yet. But Hiroshi Tanahashi has offered to replace the injured Will Ospreay in his match against Speedball Mike Bailey at next Friday's Impact New Japan Pro Wrestling Multiverse United. After Tuesday's New Japan Cup Finals, Tanahashi said that he would be a pinch hitter for the co-promoted show and that they would regret choosing him as he is going to make an impact. Great play on words by Hiroshi Tanahashi. He said neither promotion, not he, but this article. This is Dave Meltzer's website. So it said neither promotion has made an official announcement about the change, nor that Ospreay has been officially pulled. So it's not official. Ospreay has not officially pulled out. Nothing's official, but Hiroshi Tanahashi coming out and saying that he's offered to replace Will Ospreay. Now, Hiroshi Tanahashi wouldn't have said that if it wasn't going to happen. So I really feel that Will Ospreay is not going to make it to March 30th, and we're going to get Hiroshi Tanahashi against Speedball Mike Bailey. It's not the matchup that we would get if it was Will Ospreay against Speedball Mike Bailey, but nonetheless, it's Hiroshi Tanahashi. He's an absolute legend in professional wrestling, former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. He's held it multiple times, and him against Speedball Mike Bailey would be an absolutely fantastic match. What I would do, though, I would actually take Kushida. If you're going to get Hiroshi Tanahashi on this show, I would take Kushida out of the main event, and I would put Kushida against Speedball Mike Bailey, and then I would have Hiroshi Tanahashi challenging Josh Alexander for the Impact Wrestling World Title. And that's what I would do, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But expect the announcement to be made that Hiroshi Tanahashi will be taking on Speedball Mike Bailey at Multiverse United on March 30th. So keep our eyes open for that official. That official announcement is going to be coming any day, in my opinion. But again, I think I think New Japan Pro Wrestling knows that Will Ospreay is not going to make it. That's why they had Hiroshi Tanahashi make this say that he will be a pinch hitter and that he's going to make an impact after the New Japan Cup finals. So again, expect to see that announcement soon. And it's going to be a great match. It's going to be a great match. It's going to, in terms of star power, you got Will Ospreay. If you lose Will Ospreay, you can't get any bigger than Hiroshi Tanahashi. Now, when Hiroshi Tanahashi does finally get, it's officially announced that Hiroshi Tanahashi is going to be taking on Speedball Mike Bailey. I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna call this shot right now. I'm gonna predict this when he finally does announce it, or even before he announces it. Just the fact that Hiroshi Tanahashi has offered to replace the injured Will Ospreay. I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Khan sees this and Tony Khan next week makes an announcement that Hiroshi Tanahashi is returning to AEW Dynamite. Just to steal away their thunder. I wouldn't be surprised if, we to help promote Forbidden Door 2. I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Khan's like, Hiroshi Tanahashi will be returning to AEW Dynamite. I wouldn't be surprised if that announcement came out. But I could be wrong. But I have a feeling we're going to see that. I have a feeling that Tony Khan's going to get a little jealous here. Hiroshi Tanahashi on an Impact show. Well, we're going to bring him in. Let's we'll make an announcement. Hiroshi Tanahashi is going to be on AEW Dynamite, and then of course Fightful.com and PW Insider, all the big websites, will plug the hell out of it. Right? They'll plug the hell of it. Nobody's really talking about this on the bigger websites. I guess because it hasn't been made official. But except, well, if this is Dave Meltzer's website, so he's in there announcing it here. But yeah, so I think that I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Khan did that. And don't be surprised when if in a day or two that they announce that Hiroshi Tanahashi is taking Will Ospreay's spot in his match with Speedball Mike Bailey. So I just lost what a dummy. I just X something out here. So Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb, let's see if I can find the article again. Jeff Cobb is actually on Fightful.com. Let's see if I can find this article again. He's actually, here he is. So, Jeff Cobb, article, Fightful.com. Jeff Cobb to Kenny Omega. I'm coming to St. Louis and I'm knocking on your door. So Jeff Cobb says the time for talk is over and he's coming for Kenny Omega. Omega returned to New Japan Pro Wrestling and defeated Will Ospreay to win the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. At New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom. Cobb and Omega then crossed paths at New Japan Pro Wrestling New Year Dash 2023. Then the AEW star teamed up with Okada to defeat Aaron Hanare and Jeff Cobb. In recent weeks, Jeff Cobb has called Omega out backstage promos and mimicked him during matches, seemingly in an effort to tease a match between the two. That's great, Jeff Cobb. That's wonderful. There's one small issue that I have with that. You have a match coming up on March 30th. Impact versus New Japan Pro Wrestling against Moose. So why are you trying to hype up a match between you and Kenny Omega when you're not even bothering to hype up this match against Moose? I don't think you've spoken about this at all. I haven't seen anything on any of the websites. I could be wrong. It could be maybe on your social media feed. Maybe you talked about Moose for a bit, but it seems like you're in backstage interviews. You're calling out Kenny Omega. You want Kenny Omega versus Jeff Cobb for the IWGP US title sometime, somewhere soon. But let's put that on the back burner for now. Forbidden Door is not until what, June or July, is it? I think it's June. So Jeff Cobb, you have a match coming up on March 30th. Let's promote that match. Let's plug that match, Jeff Cobb. Let's plug the match against Moose because Moose is going to be a tougher opponent, in my opinion, than Kenny Omega will be for you. So why don't you plug that one? Why don't you get that much hyped up? Why don't you hype that match up? Why don't you do in backstage interviews? Why don't you hype up the match? Why don't you talk bad about Moose? Get some buzz going. Forget about Kenny Omega for now. You have a match coming up with Moose, and that's what should be the most important thing right now for you. I'm surprised New Japan Pro Wrestling hasn't spoken to Jeff Cobb about that. It's to me, it irritates me. Huge match coming up against Moose, one of the major match, a New Japan Pro Wrestling versus Impact, and you're more concerned with Kenny Omega down the road. So come on, maybe a backstage interview. Let's get going with Moose, okay? For crying out loud. For crying out loud, man. I'm sorry, man. Okay, I feel better now. So Lince Dorado, actually, this was yesterday. So let's talk. Lince Dorado actually announced as Trey Miguel's opponent for Sacrifice. X Division Championship on the line. Lince Dorado, former WWE talent, current MLW talent as well. Lince Dorado gets his first opportunity at the X Division Championship as he takes on Trey Miguel. Now, Lince Dorado is also the MLW middleweight champion. And here's a what if scenario, man. Here's a what if scenario. It would be really cool if Lince Dorado came out with the MLW middleweight championship around his waist, and he had a few MLW stars accompanying him to the ring. Or better yet, he comes out with the MLW middleweight championship. That's title's not on the line. Or he comes out and he says, let's have a title versus title match. X Division Championship versus the MLW middleweight championship. And during the course of the match, then we have some MLW stars rush the ring and they attack Trey Miguel. And then we get the beginnings. The seeds are then planted for an MLW Impact Wrestling interpromotional feud. I think that would be great. That's just a what if scenario. If that happened, I think that would be absolutely fantastic. But there's no indication that MLW is going to even be mentioned here. There's going to be no MLW middleweight championship. But I think that'll be absolutely fantastic if something like that happened. If the seeds could be planted for an MLW Impact Wrestling feud, I think that would be great. I know I was reading that Lince Dorado was actually signed to a contract with MLW. If that's true, thank you, Court Bauer, for allowing Lince Dorado to appear at Sacrifice and challenge for the X Division Championship. And again, what if scenario, man? I would love to see something happen. MLW mentioned more MLW stars, invade and attack Trey Miguel, and then we get start of a big feud. Because I think MLW versus Impact Wrestling would be huge. And then we can have Impact Wrestling stars invading MLW shows. It would be pretty sweet. It'd be pretty sweet. But I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But again, just a what if scenario. We'll love to see it happen. Is it going to happen? Probably not. But I'd like for it to happen. I'd like to see that happen. I think that would be pretty cool. I think that would be pretty cool. Speaking of Sacrifice, the show is sold out. Impact Wrestling revealed that Sacrifice, the live show in Windsor, has been sold out. I got my tickets. I can't wait. I'm definitely going. I got my tickets for the show. It says Breaking Sacrifice live this Friday on Impact Plus from St. Clair College in Windsor, Ontario is sold out. Very limited tickets remain for this Saturday's Sacrifice Fallout, which I'm going to as well. So good job, Impact Wrestling. First time back in Canada, in Windsor, Ontario, in almost 3 years, and I can't wait. I'm pumped up. Sacrifice sold out. It's going to be a rocking crowd for Impact Wrestling in Windsor, Ontario. And this was sent to me by Andrew C. yesterday. So, Andrew, thank you very much. Chris Bay wants FTR to appear in Impact Wrestling. Bullet Club are on top in Impact Wrestling. Chris Bay, Ace Austin toppled the Motor City Machine Guns to win the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Championships. Actually, during an interview with PW Mania, and it wasn't done by me, but it was done by PW Mania. Check out pwmania.com if you're a professional wrestling fan. Huge, terrific website. Just definitely check it out. I'm part of the team there at PW Mania. Love working there. Definitely check out PW Mania. But Chris Bay did a interview with PW Mania, and he said that he wants to wrestle FTR. This is from Chris Bay. There's a team that comes to mind, a 3-letter team. The initials are FTR. I believe that they even posted something about the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Championships not too long ago. Well, we are here. They are a great team, and what a better way to test you against a great team. So if we could get an interpromotional unification thing going, the fans will really get something they never even knew they wanted. But when they get it, they will love it and appreciate the magic and create magic we can create against those guys. While FTR are still signed with AEW, their futures are up in the air, as Dax Harwood has claimed the tag team deals are up in April next month. Andrew C, again, thank you for the article. Now, I initially thought that their contract was a little longer than April, but Andrew, you were right. I apologize. Andrew said I would like to see them come in. I would like to see FTR come in. I don't think they will come in long term. I think they come in for a few months, feud with Bay and Austin, possibly win the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team titles. 6 months, I'd be happy. If we get FTR for 6 months, I'd be happy with it. FTR top tag team. Don't expect him to re-sign with like Impact Wrestling, or I think they not sign with Impact Wrestling long term. They want to keep their options open. So if they would come in for a few months, I'd be happy with it. And we'll see if that happens. But Chris Bay definitely would like to, him and Austin would like to step in the ring with FTR. I think it'll be a fantastic match. A fantastic match if that happened. And we'll see. We'll keep our eyes on it. See if it does come. I know Dax Harwood did mention did tweet out about the Impact Wrestling Tag Team titles recently. and I'm sure FTR would love to get their hands on them, but they'd have to go through Chris Bay and Ace Austin at this point to get them, and we'll see what happens in April when they become free agents, according to this article here from Cultaholic. Their deals, Harwood said himself that the deals are up in April, so we'll see what happens in April. We'll keep our eyes on it. Okay, so that's it for me. That's it for now. Anything breaks, I don't know if we'll be back. I gotta get up early tomorrow. So I just want to talk a little bit about Impact Wrestling, and I've done that. And if anything huge breaks, of course, I'll be back. But until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye. Hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye bye.